All right. Well, again, let's officially start this meeting. Good morning again to everybody. For those that just joined us, today is Wednesday, July 1st, 2026, or halfway through the year. I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Can we confirm we have a quorum?
Yes, we have a quorum.
All right. Thank you. Item number 2 on the agenda is just information. Prior meeting minutes are available at the ADRE's YouTube channel. Website is found on today's agenda. If anyone has no questions on that, we'll continue moving forward because I say so. No, I'm playing. Item number 3, advisory board member reports. Let's go ahead and get started. Who do we have in person? I see 4, 3. Anyone on the side?
Ellie and Patrick.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started left to right. And I guess my left, Patrick.
I don't have anything today.
All right. Quick report. Next.
Ellie White, I've been hearing a lot of things about a certain, I believe they're a finance company that is taking over a lot of solar leases with all the solar companies that are going out of business. I'm understanding the solar company name is GoodLeap, and they are refusing to allow buyers to take over the loan on a solar. So in effect, forcing a seller to have to pay the solar off outright, which, in my personal opinion, that's not a bad thing, but it's throwing DTIs out, it's making them not qualify for the loan. In effect, home sales are potentially being disrupted, and public are suffering because they can't buy the houses that they want, and GoodLeap seems to have them over a barrel. There may be other companies doing this. I haven't heard other names. GoodLeap is the one that has just been thrown at me every time someone says the word solar.
Okay, thank you. I see Deputy Commissioner writing some notes there. All right, who's next?
All right, Kelly Harrington here. I don't have too much to report other than just some quick updates that I've been noticing is in Pinal, at least buyers are starting to come back. So we're getting a little more activity. Prices are still getting lower, but they're not falling, but they are reducing, is what I've seen. And the other thing I've been struggling with, and I don't know if there's anything we can do about this, but I do a lot of land sales. I have a land buyer, and I have a ton of investors that call me all the time because they see my numbers and they're like, oh, you have a buyer, I have land. Well, my first question now is always, is this an assignment? And 99% of the time it is an assignment, and it really irks me because my client will not do assignments. They have to go directly through the current owner. But all of these investors are trying to swindle these landowners into selling to them for way cheaper than what the market value is. And so I've been trying to tell them, I'm like, just be upfront with them. If they'll pay you like a fee just for your service, and then I can work directly with them and submit an actual Arizona contract, I'm like, or you buy the lot and then my person will buy it from you. But it's been a real struggle, and because they're not licensed, I don't think there's anything we can do about it, but there are a lot of them out there trying to just swindle these landowners. So I don't know if there's education or what we can do, but it's becoming more and more from what I've seen. So those are the only things I have to say. So.
All right, thank you, Christy. Anyone else in person? No. Online? Who wants to be next? Charlie? Can you hear me, Charlie?
Yes. So I had a call from an elderly lady in an apartment who is paranoid and scared to death of retribution, and she doesn't know what to do. And I haven't called it in because she's been hesitant to let me do anything. And I believe I'm probably going to have to go over there and meet with her and talk with her and see what I can do. So,
There was no regarding topic wise or anything.
pardon?
You said you're meeting with her, but did she mention the
I
topic?
think that's probably what I need to do is go over there and get more information and meet her and help her to be comfortable with me
Okay.
doing something about it.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Mr. Ramirez.
Mr. Chairman, good morning to all. Yeah, just a brief report. I see that the commissioner's not with us. Both her and myself were down in Hermosillo for the Arizona-Mexico Commission Summit last week. Commissioner Nichols was there. I was not part of the real estate meeting because I was part of the Ports of Entry Committee, so I don't know what happened, but suffice to say that it's important that we maintain that day-to-day dialogue with our Mexican and Sonoran counterparts. One of the smaller meetings we've seen in some years, but it's good that the two states continue the dialogue. 11 committees met or hosted meetings, I should say. So it was a good continuation of the relationship.
That's good, good, good. I think the only negative feedback I heard was that some of the meetings were during the soccer game or right before the soccer game. So it doesn't make sense to make a meeting right before the Mexico soccer game, but okay, in Mexico.
I got to tell you, the irony was that at the meeting that I was in, somebody opened a door as Mexico scored, and you hear this goal. That's the doors closing. And so, of course, every presentation after that went very fast.
But I've always been happy to see the department engaging in that meeting in Hermosillo ever since. I mean, we've been going to that for 15 years because real estate across the border, it's in our backyard, especially with Rocky Point and other tourist communities in Sonora. And I've seen lately the traction of the need for organized real estate across the border. Even in San Luis, I get a lot of calls now asking for real estate agents out there. So getting that partnership working together helps our consumers that are buying as tourists in the Mexico area. So that's great that they went out.
And as you indicated, it's not just the Mexican buyer, but it's also how many Arizonans are buying real estate on the Mexican side. So the urgency of ensuring that we're protecting the consumer is just as important on both sides of the border.
And I don't know, and I know this is not a real estate department issue, or might be connected, where there could be some advocacy working alongside with your contacts, Luis. But also the connectivity. Once you cross the border, getting over to Rocky Point, they need to fix up that road for our tourist consumers that are leaving Arizona into Rocky Point. I was there a month and a half ago, and I was surprised to see how bad the road has deteriorated. So that'll be.
But funny you should mention that, because particularly Governor Durazo has announced an investment to modernize that road because it is in such poor condition, and it is Sonora's largest gateway for Arizona and U.S. dollars. All the tourism expenditures in Puerto Peñasco is by far the largest source of foreign exchange for Sonora. So they're very much aware of the issue.
Okay. All right. Cool. That way our real estate division could continue that partnership as well.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Luis. Anyone else? Am I forgetting anyone online? No. On my side, a few little pointers to report on. We've seen a lot of good traction to continue on the fingerprinting. We had an event last Friday here in the Yuma area. I've seen the emails come in from other parts of the associations throughout the state. We serve in some ports, so the agents are getting that done. I actually had mine done a month ago. Wasn't that bad of a delay to get it uploaded and got approved within 48 hours, I think. So that's good. And then we've seen a lot of traction or chatter here in the Yuma area, at least, about the brokers just trying to comply with the advertisement guidelines online, with all the social media, with reels, what is to do, what is not to do. So it seems that the information that is being put out, it's getting out there, but there still needs to be some clarity on exactly what. There's confusion still, but at least brokers are engaging and asking those questions. So, and I know AAR is working as well on some of those items to try to partner and work together. So that's all I have in regards to my report. I I'll go ahead and, if I'm not forgetting anyone on the advisory side, I'll go ahead and open up for staff reports, and I'll let Mindy decide who's there or where to start at.
Well, I'm your report today, Matthias. I'm acting commissioner while Susan's on vacation. And,
You mean
so
the commissioner gets a vacation?
She's on vacation. So I do have a few department updates to share. I'm really excited about these updates. As everybody is aware, we have been working diligently for a few years on the pre-licensing exam, and that was put out in January, the two-part exam. And we had our exam timing looked at by our psychometrician, and it appears that the 90 minutes allotted for the state-specific exam is plenty of time. And our testing results have been increasing on passing rates, so that's very good. I don't know if you all saw, but there was a bill passed into legislation for timeshare only specific licensure. So we are starting the test item writing for timeshare specific license. Please note, a real estate license, how the law was written, still will cover timeshares. But if somebody's coming in just to do timeshares, like that's all they're going to do, they're not going to sell houses or anything else, then they'll be able to qualify to take this timeshare specific exam. And so we're hoping to have that launched in early 2027. We are continuing on the broker exam. The broker exam, we've been meeting with small work groups for subject matter expertise, and it is on track for the curriculum outline to be published in the fourth quarter and launched in the first quarter of 2027. So that will put us right in line with the two exams for the broker, just like we have now for the salesperson exam. Okay, so that's education. Our IT project is coming along. We are working with our vendor in Lumen. We are looking to roll out our new licensing system in phases. So the first phase is projected to be rolled out in August. At that time, we will be sending out 90, 60, and 30-day alerts to anybody who does not have a current valid fingerprint clearance cards. And that system will also, hopefully, Matthias, will be instant, if not a very short amount of time to approve those fingerprint clearance cards. You just said 48 hours. I'm so proud of my team for that. We have 4 full-time licensing staff members, and they manually check all those fingerprint clearance cards that have been coming in. So the new system will be more streamlined and a faster process for our licensee population. So we're really excited about that. And then there were some questions or comments that came up in your reports. So Ellie, thank you so much for the information about solar. I do think this is an area that if we did anything of it, just to keep letting educators know we need more education on contract laws and where reasonable skill and care comes in to direct a consumer. Kelly, thank you for the update. Yes, you're right. Investors are everywhere lately.
I know.
Lots of coaching. We can only within our jurisdiction work it when a licensee is involved and it's a licensed real estate transaction, but education would be great to have more education on contract law and what those aspects of risk analysis are when people work with investors. Charlie, I wanted to give you a resource for your lady. It sounds like she might have a landlord-tenant issue. If she has a landlord-tenant issue, if you go to the Department of Housing's website under their general public area, there's actually community resources where she can call and get legal assistance. But the key is, Charlie, she has to keep calling. They're a very busy hotline and they have to call a lot. So please note that's on the Department of Housing side. And I think that will really assist her because that's the only place I have. Louise, thank you for the update. Yeah, Susan came back very excited about the conference that she attended, and it looks like she's making some progress with Sonora on different equivalencies when it comes to our department and our state statutes and what they do. We're still working on public report equivalencies, but there might be some licensing equivalencies we can look at in different ways. So we're going to keep exploring that, and she can give a more detailed update on that at our next advisory board meeting. And Matthias, we are in every newsletter. Thank you for the advertising topic. publishing one aspect of the advertising rules. And then on our social media sites at the department, we have sent out many advertising updates on each little area of R4 28502, as well as 2 different podcasts on the topic. So if anybody needs those resources to share, please let us know. And we've been working one-on-one with every advertising complaint that comes in. And those are all of my updates. Liz, did you have anything you would like to share?
No, good, thank you.
Liz is good. Ria, do you have anything you would like to share?
No, thank you.
And that concludes the department updates, which I wrapped in the IT modernization update.
Thank you, thank you. I did have something I forgot for you, and this might be for your IT. I don't know if it's possible or not, but I have had a few brokers ask me, as a broker manager or broker of an office, designated broker, on their portal, it asks them for their email, but it doesn't have an option to add like a secondary email to be CC'd on, or to add a specific email for the broker itself. So like, for example, when I log into mine, I see my personal email because that's my personal email. But under the brokerage, there's no email section for me to add a different email for the broker itself, or to add a CC, since a lot of brokerages have assistants or, you know, admins. That way they could get CC'd when an agent leaves or gets hired on as well, as a notification. So I don't know if the system allows you guys to add another email line option somewhere in there. That'd be great and helpful to a lot of brokers out there.
Thank you, Matthias. Just to let you know, in our current system, we can only send a message to one person at a time, one email address. Our system today is not able to CC or send any multiple recipients information.
Okay.
We are hopeful that when the new IT system rolls out, that we can include everybody involved in the same email. And that's the goal. So I look forward to hopefully having that part of the phase 1 rollout.
Okay, perfect.
Because that would make everyone's life easier.
Yeah, and I told them that, okay, look, we have a system that was built back when IBM started in 1976. You know, luckily it's still working. You know, that's what they can with the technology they have. So, but yeah, I figured that much part of it. So, okay. Anyone else in department reports or staff reports out there?
Not in staff report, Matthias, but if I could, I've recalled something that I was going to report.
Okay, go ahead.
I ran into a customer that was approached by a company. They had solar put on their home as a very elderly couple. And the solar finance company, apparently the installation company, went out of business before it was installed.
Jeez.
And the finance company found someone else for them to complete the installation. It was partially done. That is to say, it wasn't connected or permitted yet. And that company advised them that they had to put additional solar on at the cost of $25,000. And they'd been approached by a company that does, quote, solar cancellation. And that company advised them to stop making payments on anything so that they could get in, so they could get behind, so they could take some type of action. It almost cost them some financing they were doing. So
Okay, all right.
it's just kind of a really, seems like abusive all the way around.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, solar is what HOAs used to be many years ago right now. So
Yeah, and it sounds, this solar cancellation sounded a lot like timeshare cancellation to me, the way it was described.
yeah.
I've got documentation.
Charlie?
Matthias?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
A positive story about solar. Last Friday, my grandson works for Habitat, and TEP donated hundreds of panels to Habitat. And last Friday, the first 12 homes dedicated and the people receiving their keys all have solar. And their estimated monthly electric bill is $30 or less. It was really a very, very exciting and meaningful dedication last Friday morning.
All right. That's good. Thank you, Charlie, for that. Add it. All right. Any additional staff reports in person, online?
I have a question actually from what
Okay.
you said. Yes. Do we have updated numbers, Mandy, on the percentage of licensees that have their fingerprint clearance card now?
I do not have that today. My gentleman who makes that report has been on vacation up until today,
Okay.
but I'd be happy to send that out. to
Yeah,
the
I'd be
advisory board.
interested to hear because I know we're making a lot of progress, but it would be, especially once that 90, 60, 30 starts rolling out, it'd be good to know kind of where we're at. So, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, so if no additional staff reports, go ahead and open this up to the public that is available that wants to speak. I see a hand up there to my right, Mr. Aaron from AR.
Hi, good morning. Deputy Commissioner Nee, just a quick question. With the new rollout for the fingerprints, is the process still the same as far as like, I think you're supposed to like take a picture of the front and back of the card and then upload it in the portal? Is that correct? And is that the same process that would be in August, or is it changing?
We'll let you know as soon as the IT is ready to roll out and send a group email to everybody, but unfortunately I'm unable to answer your question if an image will be required at this time. The goal was not to have an image, just the number and the name of the person, but until it's completed with our IT system people, I can't count on what exactly it looks like in August, but it's supposed to be extremely streamlined. Our system did create an API that is a basically information sharing code with the public side of DPS. So that way it just connects.
Yeah,
the
I thought it was
information.
supposed to just like transfer at some point, but that's why I was asking.
We'll definitely send out more information as soon as we have that final product.
Appreciate it.
That will be a great point because I do get a lot of complaints that the current IT, and again, I explained to them the system, I think it only allows Adobe or PDF files, and people try to take a picture with the phone and can't upload it that way. But I tell them just get in there, log on your computer, do it a PDF and you'll upload it. So an extra step people have to take. But that would be great if that does connect with the API. So that's a good idea. That's good.
We do accept JPEGs and PNG in our current system, so I'm not really sure if they're trying to upload something outside
Well,
of
it
that.
might be the opposite then. It might be but they don't accept. It was one that wasn't accepted.
Okay.
So maybe it
I'm all
was a
like,
PDF.
really?
Yeah.
I was like, I think I took a picture of mine and it worked fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so it might have been the opposite. It wasn't taking PDFs, but only JPEG. So that's what it was. I know it was something
No
like that.
problem. The
Yeah.
new system should open up to all different types of commonly utilized extensions.
Okay.
So we are looking forward to not having these issues in the future.
All right. It's a work in progress, and all we could do is improve our systems, which we're doing good. That's good. All right. Anyone else in the room that wants to speak for public? No? Okay. Online, anyone from the public would like to speak? Quiet day today. I think this will be a record if we adjourn already. So next meeting will be, what are we at? October, or what are we? Next meeting is
Yeah.
October 7th.
October 7th.
7th. Yeah. Next meeting scheduled for October 7th. If you guys have anything, as always, please email your advisory board members so we could share the information for the next meeting, let people know they could reach out. Thank you for those that drove in person. Stay cool out there and enjoy today's game. You plays today. So thank you guys. Have a good one.